Hi everyone. In the last video we covered typecasting in Python and we also saw how to take input from the user. In this video we are going to see what are the operators in Python, what are the types of operators, and we will see every type of operators in detail. So without doing further delay, let's get into this. I hope now guys you can see my screen. Here I have already created a file with the name L4 because this is a lecture 4. So let me first write lecture 4 and let's see what are the operators. So guys, operator basically is a mathematical symbol which is used between two operands to get a desired output. So let me tell you here 2 plus 3. What does I want with these statements? You guys know that I want the addition of the two numbers. But how did you come to know that? By seeing this operator, right? This plus is a symbol of mathematics. It telling us that you have to add these two numbers, these two operands 2 and 3 you have to add. So basically that is the need of an operators in the code. So we use an operators to between two operands to get a desired output. So guys, basically operators are a lot more. So we have classified operators into 7 types in Python. What all are those operators? I'm here going to write the types. The first is arithmetic, the second is relational, and the third is assignment, the fourth is logical, and fifth is membership, and sixth is identity, and the last is bitwise operator. So guys, these 7 types of operators we have in our Python. So we will gonna see all these operators one by one in this video. Don't worry, I'll give you a clear idea about every type of operators and what are the operators come inside of these operators. So let's move to the first operator, which is arithmetic. Let's see. Let me comment all these things so it will not create any issue while running. So let me write here first of all, first arithmetic operator and comment this one. So now guys, what are the arithmetic operator? Basically arithmetic operator is used to get in some calculation. Whenever you are trying to do some calculation in maths, you use an arithmetic operation. If you want to add two number, you use a plus. If you want to multiply two number, you use a multiplication symbols. Divide, use a forward slash. So these are called a symbol which you use to do an calculations. So let's see what are the operators come under this arithmetic type. So we have first of all plus, then we have subtractions, then we have multiplications, then we have a divisions, then we have floor division, then we have modulus, and at last we have exponentials. So guys, these 7 operators we have in arithmetic operators. Don't worry, we are going to see one by one with the numbers that how does this operator comes, and I am assuming that you are familiar with these 4 operators: plus, subtractions, multiplication, and divisions. But these 2 or 3 operators are new to you. So let's see everything. Don't worry about that. Let me comment this line of code. And first of all, I will take here 2 input from the user, and we will perform these 7 operations into that 2 numbers. So let's take first of all 2 numbers. I'm giving the name of them variable is a will store our first number. So let's write functions. So now we have done with that. A will have storing our first number, we will store our second numbers. Here I am assuming that you have seen my last video where I told you how to take input from the users. If you haven't seen, don't worry, just input function will return a string and we are converting that string into integer by typecasting, and that will store in a variable and other number will store in my b variable. Now let's perform all this operation into this. So first I will do I will see print me a plus b, this addition of these two numbers. Then I will say print multiplication b. Then I will say print a subtraction b. Then a division b. So here I am assuming that these four symbols you are familiar. So here we are doing a basic math. So I don't think you will have any trouble while doing this. So now we have three more operations. So let's write a floor division b, and one more a modulus b, and at last a exponential b. So now guys, what basically this floor division do? So when you divide a number, let's say here you are dividing this a number with a b. So here a will act as a dividend and b will act as a divisor. But whatever the quotient will come, that will written by him. It will neglect a remainder. If you are dividing 4 with a 3, then definitely you will get one remainder. But it will not going to see that remainder. If you put a double forward slash, that means floor division, then it will just see what quotient we are getting. We are getting only one quotient. And we are getting also one remainder, but it will neglect and return only one quotient. But if we are using same thing in single slash, that means exact division, that means we have to return everything. We can't return only one. We will see ahead. If we are getting one remainder also, then we will say that okay, then return me 1.3333, which means that this is a float division. So I hope now you got an idea how it is. Floor division is different from a exact division. So now let's cut these things. So now guys, now left with the modulus operators. So it is totally opposite to this floor divisions. In floor division you return a quotient, but in floor modulus operator you return a remainder, nothing else. If you divide a with a b, then you will have a remainder which will be written by this modulus operator. It will return 0 if a is completely divisible by b. If it is not, then it will return us that remainder. Now the last is exponential symbols. Basically double asterisk means it gives us a power of some other number. Let's say if you are using here 2 and after that you are using any number, let's say enter 5. So what it will do, it will return 2 raised to power 5, which basically mean we are having 32 value, right? 2 raised to power 5, 32. So I hope you got an idea what does this symbol do. So let's delete this all and let's quickly run this code. So now you can see that it's asking for first number, let me give 10. It's asking for second number, let me give 4. So now guys, first we are doing addition, so we will get 10 plus 4 14. Then we are doing multiplication, 10 plus 4 is 40, and we are doing then subtraction, 10 minus 4 is 6. Then we are doing a division which is exact, so we got 2.5. Remember guys, here he did actual division, so we got 2.5. Then we are doing floor division, that means it will neglect that remainder whichever he got. So now it is just giving us a quotient which is 2. Then we are using a modulus operators which will return us a remainder of divisor. So if we divide 10 by 4, then we are getting a remainder 2. So it returns that. At last we are finding power of a number which is 10 raised to power 4. Here our a is 10 and b is 4. So what it will doing, it will just calculating the power of this number. So 10 raised to power 4 is 10,000, nothing else. So I hope you got an idea what are arithmetic operators. So now let's comment all these things and let's move to the second type of operators, which is relational operators. And comment this one. So guys, relational operator is basically used to tell us that what is the relation between these two operands. Right? If this, let's say I have these two numbers 3 and 8. So if I use here this symbol, that means this symbol is a mathematical symbol, so it will telling us that our 8 is greater than 3 or 3 is lesser than 8. I hope you got an idea. So whatever the symbol which tell us something relation between two operands, that symbol is basically come under relational operators, nothing else. So let me tell you what are the types of relational operators. The first is less than, the second is greater than, and the third is less than equal to, and the fourth is less than, greater than equal to, and fifth is equal to, and the sixth is not equal to. So we have six type of relational operators in Python, and how to use them in code, let's see that. Let me comment first of all this one. So now guys, these two input I will keep at the same, so let me uncomment this two line. Our a and b value would be same, which would be entered by the user. So now we have to just write here some code. So let's use all these functions. So first of all, I want to see the less than symbol, so a less than b, and guys remember that it always returns a true or false, means boolean value, true or false. Keep in mind that thing. Relational operator always returns a true, either the statement will be true or false, nothing else. So first of all we have used less than, now we use greater than. Then quickly I am writing all these symbols. So now guys, I have written all these print statements. So now we know that whatever the value entered by the user, it will going to see whether if a would be less than b, then it will going to return as true. If a would not be less than b, then it will not going to print as true, it will return instead of that false. So guys, I hope you are getting. If statements become true, then it will return true. If the statement is false, then it will return false. So similarly here, if a value will be greater than b, then it will going to return true, otherwise it will return false. How this third statement is different? See guys, here we are comparing them. Here we are not only using less than, we are giving also equal to symbol. So that basically means we are saying them, see guys, is the value is less than or equal to or not. Here we are telling them that, see, if the value a is equal to b, then also give us a return true. If the value is not equal to and but the value is less than b, then also you have to give me a return true value. So right, similarly happening here, if a value is greater than b or equal to b, then give us a true. And in this fifth statement we are saying that if a value is equal to b only, then only give me true, otherwise give me false. At the last sixth line saying that if a and b both are different, then give me a true, otherwise give me a false. So let's see by the code. Let's run this. So I'm going to enter first value is 4 and the second value is 5. So now guys, see that 4 is less than 5. Yes, we have a knowledge of this, that 4 is less than 5. Now guys, is a is greater than b, means 4 is greater than 5? No, false. Is a is equal to less than 5? Yes, we all know that a is less than 5, no matter if it is not equal to b, but we have checking two conditions. If any of them is true, then we have to return true. So here our a equal to b condition has been false, but here a is less than b, that is true, so it return true. Is a greater than or equal to b? That means 4 is greater than or equal to 5? No, we can see that neither 4 is equal to 5 nor it is greater than 5, so that means it's false. So when at last we are seeing that is a is equal to 5? No, a is 4 is not equal to 5. And after that we are seeing that is a not equal to 5? Yes, we are seeing that 4 is not equal to 5, that means it's false. Basically this all are basic things. I know you are thinking like that, why I am focusing more over here. So guys, I am assuming that here so many people who don't know the basic maths, so that's why I am focusing a lot here. If you're feeling that these all are basic and we have a knowledge of that, so you may increase the speed of this video, you may watch this video in 1.5 or 2x. So I hope it will be helpful. So this all is relational operators. Let's move to new one, which is assignment operator. So guys, first of all, let me tell you, this is nothing, just we have to use a single symbol in every type of operators. Let me tell you, if you know these arithmetic operators, so just we have to use a single equal to operator in every type of operators. Multiplication equal to, division equal to, modulus equal to, exponential equal to, floor division equal to. So we are going to do this in every symbol, so that will become our assignment operators, nothing else. So I will copy this, and from here I will do undo. I will paste it here. So this is our assignment operator, nothing new. Just you know, if you know arithmetic operator, that means you know assignment operator. So now what I'm going to do, I'll tell you an example here. Let's say you have a variable c and you have added here 3 plus 4. Now what you want that I don't know what the value we have added earlier, but I know that value has in c variable, and I want to add some more value, but I want to store that value also in c. So how do you do that? So for that you have to use an assignment operator. You can say that add the value, whatever the value, let's say I want to add 5 more into this, so add the 5 value into c and store also that value into c. So what this operator is doing, it's doing c is equal to c plus 5. So what it taking, first of all taking the value from c, and we are adding 5 into this, so it will just, after addition it will just putting all the data into again into c variable. So that's basically assignment operator, nothing else. I don't think you have to learn single thing new in this type of operator. Just remember one thing, just if we use equal to operator, that work as an assignment operators and it will store the data into same variable, nothing new. So I hope you got an idea how to use an assignment operators in Python. So now let's move to a new type of operators, which is logical operator. So what is logical operators? So guys, let me tell you, there are three types of logical operators. The first is AND, second is OR, and the third is NOT. So these three types of operators come under the logical operators. Basically, if you are using a boolean variable, then they might be help you. But if you are not using a boolean variable, but you are using some statements and you want to judge according to some functionality, like if both values are true, then our output should be this. If both values false, then output should be this. So that may be done by using a logical operator also. So let me tell you, give an example. Let's say, first of all, before moving ahead, let's understand what these operators do. So guys, in AND operators, if our both operands will be true, then only return true. Let me move it little aside. So now what our AND operator do, it will return as a true value if our both operand will be true. So if we are having this value, then only it will going to return as a true. But if we are having any value false and we are using AND operator between them, then we will get an false, right? So I hope you got an idea what AND will do. Now let's move to OR. So what it say if any of the value is true, then it will return a true, nothing else. If I have true and false, what will AND do in see here? AND will return as a false, because it says that if both value are true, then only I am going to return true, otherwise I will give you a false. But if I use here OR operators, then what it will say? Okay, I found one value true, I don't need to see other, I will just return true. If I give true after false, then also it will return as true, because it find one value at least which is true out of these two. So I hope you got an idea. And if we having a both value true, then also it will give you a true output. So nothing matter, but at least one value should be present which is true. Okay, so I hope you got an idea what OR operator do. Now let's move to the NOT operator. So a NOT operator is nothing, it's just a negation. Like you know the negative sentences or negations. So that's all. If the input is true, if input is true, then it will return a false. If input is false, then return true. It will do simple negation of that. If something is true, then it will return as false. If something is false, then it will return as a true. I hope you got an idea that how does AND or NOT operator work. So now let me print some statement with that, so you will have a strong idea. Print true and true. It is for AND, it will print as a true. So now for OR, we have to give single one statement to print a true, and you can give anywhere true before the operators, after the operator, nothing matter. So for NOT, I want to print here false, but if I put NOT in front of it, then it will going to print as a true, right? So let's run this code and let me comment this two line, because we are not interested in taking input. So now let's see. You guys can see that we have got true in all these values. If I change here true to false, that means the condition is violent. Now it needs both value true, but I give it one false, then it will going to print as a false at first place. Let's run this. You can see that. Now I hope you got an idea how does the logical operators work in Python. So now let's move to the fourth case. Membership operator. So guys, what I mean by membership operators, guys, there are two types of operator comes under memberships. Like one is in and second is not in. If you know what does in do, then definitely you don't need to be remember for what does not in will do, because not in is totally negation of in. We have seen that if we use any where in not, then the sentence will become negation of it. So if you know what is in, then not in means the opposite of in, nothing else. So let's say if I say if I write 5 and I will say if 5 in our if 5 in our this value, then print as a true. If this left operand present in right operand, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So let me write here, if left operand is present in right operand, then return true, else false. So I hope you got an idea, and we are going to print same statements. I will say here 5 in, let's give any number here, and I'm going to run this one. Before that I will comment this two line, and let me run this one. So it says true because we can see that our 5 is present into that. If I use any number which is not present here, let's say 9, So if I run this, it will say false because we know that 9 is not present in this. Are you able to find 9 here? No. So I hope you got an idea how does in work. But let's see note in. How does note in work? So if I use note here in front of in, then definitely it will going to give us opposite output. See, if I was getting false before, so now if I run now, I will get true. So let's run this one. You can see that. And if I give 5 here, that means we are having a 5 into this operand, so it should print us a true, but we have used note here, so it will going to print us false. So now I hope you understood it well. So let's comment this and move to the next operators. Identity operator. And guys, my bad, this was fifth operators, so this one would be sixth operator. Identity operator. So let's comment this one now and understand what is the identity operators. The name telling us that we have to identify something. So guys, basically this operator used to identify whether two operands are same or not, like a is equal to b or not. We using logical operators by putting 2 equal to symbol, but in identity operator we see a variables whether they are same or not. Let's say I have a value 3 and after that I'm giving b value is equal to a. So we have to see whether this a and v value are same. Will they are pointing to the same memory? So we have to see that. Let me tell you what are the operators we use in that. We use is and not is. Not is basically the negation of is. So let's write this. Print b is a. So if I just comment this one and if I run this line, then you guys can see that it will give us a true, right? But if I change here, if I say that b is not a 3, if it is a 4, then see guys what will happen. It will give us a false because v is not pointing to a, v is not a. If I write here note, then guys see what will happen. It will give us a true, negation of it. I hope you got it right. Note is basically negation of is, and is basically see whether b is equal to a or not. So I hope guys you got an idea what does identity operator do. It basically check whether these two variables are having same values or they're pointing to the same location or not. So now let's move to the last type of operators, which is bitwise operators. So let me write here 7 bitwise operator, and let's comment this whole line, and let's comment this also. Now listen guys, bitwise operator I found it little tricky because some of the peoples don't aware with the bit how does bit work. But guys, let me tell you, if you know the basic idea how to convert a decimal into binary, then you don't need to be worry about how does bit operator works. If you don't have that idea, so don't worry, I will give you a basic how does it work. So guys, bitwise operator, inside of that we have few operators. So guys, in bitwise operator we have various type of operators. So let's see what are those. So first we are having AND operators, then we are having OR operators, then we are having XOR operators, and then we are having complement, and we are having then left shift, and after that at last we are having a right shift operators. So I know this might be little new to you, but guys remember, if you give your 100% here, then definitely you will not need to worry about that how does it work. At the end of the video, I guarantee you will understand what does this operator do and how does they work in the code. So guys, let's first of all see how to convert decimal to binary in short way. I'm not going to teach you how to convert exactly, but I'll try to give you an idea in short period of time. So for converting that, you need to see that the first bit on the right side is 2 raised to power 0, so that means 1, and the next bit is 2 raised to power 1, that is 2, and the next bit would be 2 raised to power 2, that is 4, and keep going this 8, 16. So from that you have to make a 10. Then how would you make it? You can see that you can make it 8 and 2. So basically you can do that by putting 16 as 0, 8 as 1, 0. You have to give 1 only inside of that where you are able to make 10. So I am able to make 8 plus 2. So I am giving just inside below that 1 and below 2 1. So I hope you got an idea how does I make. So this is just an example. How does I convert? So now guys, let's convert 5 also. So 5 would be 0 0 1 0 1. So guys, you know that how does it work, because we have done this much. Let me go. So guys, you can see that 5 can be made by using 4 and 1. So I just put 1 instead of 4 I put 1, and 1 instead of 1 I put same 1, and rest I put 0. So it give me this one output. So this is the binary representation of 5s. So let's do AND operation, OR operation, XOR operation on this 2 bit. Okay. So first of all I'm going to do an AND operation. So guys, by this symbol, what does it mean? AND operation means it will give us a value when both the input would be true, means 1. Here you guys can see that this is not 1, here is 0, but if we compare this 2 bit, then this is also not same, not 1, this one is also not 1, and this one is also not 1. So it will give us a 0 value. Remember that. And if I use an OR operations, 10 OR 5, then what it will do, see here guys, it will, I told you also that OR means if any of the value is true, that means it's true. So it will see here any of the value is 1, yes, so it will write here 1. First of all, let's write in binary what I'm getting, and it will see again any of the value is 1, yes, then it will again write the value. It again see yes, it again see yes, no, here is not any of the values 1, so here it will write 0. So I hope now you get it. And now if we combine them, then what does the output we are getting? We are getting output as 8 for 12, 12 to 14, 1, 15. We are getting output 15. So it will print as a 15. So now let's see how does XOR work. If we do XOR of these two numbers 10 and 5, that means it will XOR is something which will print as true if both value are different. If one value is true and other value is false. If one value is 0 and other value is 1, that means yeah, this is in that case XOR will print as a true. It will print as a 1. Okay, here also we can get 1, here also we can get 1, here also, here, but here both value are no, one value is 0 but other value is not a 1, that means it will not give us a 1 output, it will give us a 0. So same we are going to get here 50. Now let's see how does complement work. So we can't find a complement of two numbers, we have to write only one single number. So let me find a complement of 5. So what I want to tell you here, that complement is nothing, it is just invert all the bits. Where you will see 1 it will do 0, and where you will see 0 it will do a 1, nothing else. If you are getting 5, so it will become 1 here, here also 1, and it will become here 0 and here also 0, because we are not going to consider this 0 as we are taking a 4 bit only. So it in that 1 bit will be converted to 0 and 0 bit will be converted to 1, nothing else. So now let's move to the other, which is left shift. Here we have to mention two operands. So first I am going to mention 2, and here I am going to mention 3. So I'm going to tell you what this do. First let's write right shift also. So here I am writing here 8, and right shift here I am writing 2. So guys, left shift means the basic formula. If you want to learn, first operands you have to multiply with 2 raised to power second operand, 2 raised to power second operand, which is 3. So basically you will have here, you will have 2 multiply 2 raised to 3 8, which is equal to 16. And how does it work? That is a part of bits where you have to drop the right bit and insert a new one bit at the left side. So that's basically work here. So now how does right shift work? The formula is, you have to here just change this symbol where we were multiplying them. Here you have to use here divide, and after that you have to multiply with second operator. Everything will be same. You have to do the power of second operator with respect to 2, and then whatever the output will come, that will be printed. Let's say here we can see that 2 divided by 2 raised to power to 4. Here we were having 8, not 2, so let me write here 8. So now 8 divided by 4, which is equal to 2. So I hope now we got an idea how does it work. And if you are still confusing that how does it work, just I would suggest you just learn more about conversion or bit conversion, nothing else. So let's comment these two also and run this code. You can guys see, oh, I just didn't write here, this answer would be -6, right? So you can see that 0, 15, 15, -6, and 16 and 2. We got our desired output. That means whatever we have learned, that all is true. So now guys, this all we are having in operators, and I hope you learn this. And if you still have any kind of doubt, you can ask in the comment section. I will always there to help you. And the one more thing, and which I always told you at last, if you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe this channel. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.